I want you to take a look at a picture. I want you to tell me the first thing you see in this picture. Do you see it too? Wow, the reflection in the car hood does bear a striking resemblance to Michael Jackson, doesn't it? This could mean one of two things. One, Michael Jackson is reaching out from the afterlife to put his imprint in the reflections of a car hood. Or two, our brains are merely pulling out recognizable patterns in random data. Following the ideas of Occam's razor, which do you think is more plausible? Now, this picture was released on the heels of a previous picture, which supposedly shows Michael Jackson's ghost walking down a corridor. These kinds of pictures are pretty common on the internet. Pictures that bear a striking resemblance to something else, pictures that leave an impression on the human mind, pictures that are shared from one person to the next and spread virally, pictures that are held as evidence of a supernatural world. And in every case, these pictures are just examples of the human mind recognizing patterns in random data. You see, the human brain is an amazing pattern-recognizing machine. Pattern recognition is an important evolutionary trait in humans. It allows us to pull our family members' faces out of a crowd. It allows us to hear the snap of a twig in a forest full of sounds. It allows us to see the face of a tiger in tall grass. Being able to recognize patterns allowed us a better chance at survival. Occasionally, however, our pattern recognition software goes haywire. There are times when we look at a stucco wall and see faces. There are times when we look into the sky and see choo-choo trains in the clouds. There are times when we play an audio track at a very heightened level and hear voices. This does not mean that the voices exist. This does not mean that the choo-choo train in the sky is a real choo-choo train. As strikingly similar to a human voice EVP may sound like, this does not mean that it is a human voice. EVP, or electronic voice phenomena, are electronically generated noises that resemble speech but are not the result of intentional voice recordings or renderings. There are very natural explanations for EVP, such as apophena, which is finding significance in insignificant phenomena, or auditory pareidolia, interpreting random sounds as voices in their own language. When we realize that the human brain is a pattern-recognizing machine, and we realize why the human brain recognizes patterns, we need to come to the conclusion that when we see patterns in random data, when we see a face on Mars, or when we see a devil in a column of smoke, or when we see an angel dancing around a fire, this is not actual proof of the supernatural world. This is only proof that the human mind is an amazing machine that recognizes patterns in random information. And this has been EricZombie. Thank you for listening. And remember, I'll start respecting your opinions when you start thinking about them.